We have error code F9. Specific to the lower element, it knows that by monitoring or measuring current or amperage. So we're going to have to prove power. We're going to have to prove resistance of that element. The first thing that we're going to want to do is jump into service mode. We can force power to the bottom element and start our troubleshooting. So upper arrow, enter button, hold it for about 5 seconds. Okay, we're going to hit the mode button. LE, lower element. The symbol 0 or O tells us that it's open. There's no voltage at those lower screws on that element right now. By hitting enter, you'll see it switch to numerical 1. Okay, now we should have line voltage on the screws of that lower element. Okay, so for ease of video, I've taken that cover off. All right, so be aware at this point there's live line voltage on this bottom element. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to grab my multimeter. We're measuring alternating current, AC voltage. So I set my meter to measure AC voltage, and again we have line voltage here. I'm going to go screw to screw. Okay, so there's one screw, my other screw. I have 237.7. Okay, so a version of 240 volts. The water heater is dual rated. You can see somewhere between 208 and 240 volts. It's going to work properly. Okay, so the control has proven we have power there. We've verified the voltage is there. At this point, I'm going to turn the power off to the system so we can measure the resistance. Okay, so my power is turned off. The display should have gone blank at this point. I'm going to verify my voltages once again. Knowing that the power is off, I should measure nothing going screw to screw. We can see the volts going down. Ultimately, we would end up at 0. So it gives me confidence there's no line voltage at this element. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect my wires. I'm actually going to take the screws out of this element. Can we do that? Because we've got a little ring terminal there. Okay, so both screws are going to come out. We're going to remove the wires from that location. So the wires set off to the side. Take my multimeter here. Good rule of thumb, always turn it off before you adjust to another setting. So I'm in the resistance scale. And I'm going to measure resistance to where my screws, so kind of the terminals where my screws were located. So I have 14.9 ohms. This lower element's actually 4,000 watts. So you should be around 14.5 ohms. I'm going to accept that reading is close to 14.5 ohms. Traditionally, if it's a bad element, when we do that test, it would be an open circuit. Okay, so at this point, the control said we have a problem, a fault, but we've proven 240 volts is here, that we have proper resistance. Traditionally, you're going to have one of the two things be a problem. But if you get to the point, what part do I change? Do I need to change a part? Give us a call at technical support. We're here 24/7. We'll be happy to help.